first came to Los Angeles, I returned to these places that fascinated me when I lived here before, and tried to understand why. And I found standing next to a large Hollywood studio to be fabulous. And it was because there's this large blank wall in shadow, but there's so much light in the air glowing off the wall. This very special experience. And somehow it all came together, the idea that I would create shadow silhouettes from famous Hollywood, recognizable Hollywood movie scenes, and place these sculpture silhouettes on buildings such that the light later in the day would pass through them and cast shadows on these large blank walls, studio walls across the street. So there was the idea of the sun becoming the projector and reanimating these scenes. But it was also, to me, important that these scenes were created in these very same places, inside these boxes. All these scenes that you saw were created there. So the shadows returned to their place of creation. But another important aspect is that these silhouettes are very meaningful to people. That when you see the silhouette of the Magnificent Seven, for instance, everybody recognizes it, and they have a personal association to it. So that aspect of putting up non-commercial imagery in a public realm is important to me. Non-commercial in the sense that I wasn't selling anything, but I was referring to something that meant something and was recognizable by a large number of people. So the only permission I sought for this project was just the building owners to place the sculptures on their buildings. I didn't seek permission to cast shadows on other people's buildings. I think it would be a stretch for them to have stopped me. I did have a little bit of trouble with the building department at some point, but amazingly, the now mayor of Los Angeles, then city councilor, called somebody and just took care of the problem. But it's interesting to think about. There's always been this debate, for instance, about graffiti art, and the graffiti artists say, well, what gives commercial interests the right to put stuff in the public realm? Why should they have a greater right than us? In my case, I was not a graffiti artist, but certainly I was an artist, also putting something in the public environment. And that aspect of participating in the environment, of course, as an architect is important, and as an artist as well.